All right, so the ROG Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X is officially available for pre-order. This happened a few days ago. Some of y'all might know, some of y'all might not know, but here I am giving my take on it. So, as predicted, the Ally X is 1,000, and the regular Ally is 599. So there's different specs. Obviously, we're going to take a look at the specs, and we're going to compare it to devices such as the ROG Ally, the original one, and the Steam Deck. This is not the OLED. This is the original Steam Deck. This is the 1 terabyte with the SSD in it, not that EMCC shit. But first, I want to take a look at this little preview here from IGN, and then we'll get into our comparison. And as somebody that owns two of the most popular, most high-selling devices, I could give you the rundown on which one you should get.
The ROG Xbox Ally consoles launch on October 16th, marking the first time that Microsoft has released an official gaming handheld, albeit in heavy cooperation with Asus, makers of the original ROG Ally devices. The new ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X promise unique hardware and software improvements and could be priced aggressively, but can they compete against the Steam Deck, Switch 2, and a growing field of handheld gaming PCs?
It
Here's
can,
what
and
we
it
know
will.
so far, based on our limited hands-on testing at Gamescom and a host of official announcements. This is Xbox Ally, the final preview.
I think, just real quick, the device will be fine because these little handheld PCs, this is like an enthusiast market. Because honestly, PC is still at a point where it's still intimidating for the average consumer that would probably just buy an Xbox Series S or Series X. They don't get the concept of using a PC to game, if we're being honest. These devices bridge the gap, but there's still like a barrier to entry there. You would have to know somebody that's hip to tech to put you on to it. It's not something that you see, oh yeah, that's the new Xbox, I'm gonna get that. Oh yeah, that's the new PlayStation, I'm gonna get that. That's the new Nintendo, I'm gonna get that. You know, but with something like this, that's kind of bridging the gap between like branding and brand recognition and the actual technology of having a PC.
First off, it's important to say that these aren't proper handheld Xboxes that will play any Xbox game, despite the "this is an Xbox" branding. However, they're still capable handheld gaming machines that can play a huge number of PC games natively, or stream Xbox games, either from an Xbox console or Microsoft's cloud streaming service. Compared to the old Ally devices, the new Xbox models have been spruced up with new AMD Z2 processors and a streamlined Windows operating system. That should translate into better performance and a step forward in usability, and could make these the best Steam Deck competitors so far.
Not at
There are
that price.
two Xbox Ally models arriving in October, the Xbox Ally and the fancier Xbox Ally X. The vanilla Xbox Ally offers Steam Deck level performance from its AMD Ryzen Z2A chip, plus a higher res screen, easier SSD upgradability, and wider game compatibility, thanks to running Windows out of the box. However, the Steam Deck is available in an OLED model, is easier to drive given its lower 800p resolution, and runs the sleeker, often more performant SteamOS. The more interesting Xbox Ally X uses AMD's brand new Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme chip, which promises the best performance we've seen in a PC gaming handheld, some exclusive Xbox features, and more capable hardware. So what will that performance difference look like? Looking at the hardware, the 4 Zen 2 cores and 8 RDNA 2 cores of the regular Xbox Ally ought to deliver roughly Steam Deck level performance of 15 watts, or a bit more at its maximum 20 watt TDP. Meanwhile, the Z2 Extreme's 8 Zen 5 cores and 16 RDNA 3.5 graphics cores should be significantly faster than the Steam Deck. Some early Z2 Extreme test results show a ballpark 15% performance advantage over the Z1 Extreme ROG Ally at maximum power. Interestingly, these results also show higher performance differentials at lower wattages, as well as lower power draw and match frame rates, suggesting that overall efficiency has improved. However, both Asus...
But is that worth the upgrade if you already have the Z1? Because this is the Z1 Extreme. This is the one he was just comparing it to. We shall see. I guess that's up to
Microsoft has said there's plenty of optimization work to be done, so we'll need to wait for final hardware, software, and drivers, and a chance to perform our own testing before we can say anything definitive about performance. The Z2 Extreme also comes with dedicated AI hardware, with 50 TOPS of AI throughput. So what is it capable of? Out of the box, not much, but a few tantalizing AI features are scheduled for 2026. The most interesting is Auto SR, an FSR1-like post-process upscaling that has a fixed latency cost. This was an impressive option when it debuted on Snapdragon X Windows laptops, and this will be the first time it's more widely available.
Okay.
Microsoft's marketing also notes a highlight reel feature, which promises to automatically generate clips of boss takedowns or multi-kills for social media.
That's cool. I didn't even know that part.
Let's talk about design next. The vanilla Xbox Ally has a white shell, while the Xbox Ally X comes in black. Despite their varying capabilities, both Xbox Ally models are the same size, with a chunkier 51mm design versus the 32mm OG ROG Ally. That allows for proper Xbox-style controls and comfier grips. Both models come with the same 7-inch 1080p 120Hz VRR LCD display as the original ROG Ally 2. The Xbox Ally X is 45 grams heavier than the standard Xbox Ally. A lot of that is due to a battery upgrade from 60 watt-hours to 80 watt-hours and the inclusion of dual-motor impulse triggers. The X also upgrades...
So instead of playing for 2 hours, you could play for 3 hours on low TDP.
The two USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 ports on the vanilla model to USB 4, unlocking full-speed access to DisplayPort 2.1 and Thunderbolt 4 devices, including external graphics cards. Inside, the vanilla model gets 512 GB of storage and 16 GB of 6400 megatransfers per second RAM, while the X gets 1 TB of storage and 24 GB of 8000 megatransfers per second RAM. Both models use large M.2 2280 SSDs for easy upgradability, rather than the smaller 2230 standard used on the original ROG Ally and the Steam Deck. Finally, both devices come with a 65-watt charger and a stand in the box. As well as some promising hardware, the Xbox Ally promises to have a more gamepad-friendly interface and better performance than prior Windows gaming handhelds. For example, you can log in using the gamepad, rather than needing to enter your PIN via touch or use a fingerprint reader, and that loads you into a full-screen Xbox app. Gamepad control...
This experience is coming to the original Ally as well, which was another reason why I was like, I don't think I need this, because even if you would have traded this in, I'm seeing that the resale value on this is only like, they'll give you like $350 for this. So if you trade this in for the big boy, the black one, then you're still paying around $700, which is what I paid for this initially, like around $700. So it's like, you know, you're saving money, but not much.
Controls should work everywhere here, and you can hold down the dedicated Xbox button to quickly swap between games and apps or close them. There are also phone-style touch gestures to access the game bar or change apps. The core Xbox app has seen some key improvements, including new library features that automatically bring in games from other launchers like Steam or GOG, though you'll need to actually install those games in the desktop Windows mode. However, once installed, you can see all of your games in the same place. Microsoft is also debuting an evolution on the Steam Deck Verified idea, with separate ratings for handheld optimization and performance. The handheld optimized badge indicates a game that has a suitable interface and gamepad controls, while the Windows performance bit shows whether it'll run in excess of 30 or 60 FPS on your device. There's even a gaming co-pilot that you should be able to ask for tips to progress in
Yeah, that's
game
what I wanted
or check
to know
your
about.
Achievements, with the AI receiving a screenshot of your current game to help you. If you've used an ROG Ally handheld before, you'll be familiar with the Asus Armoury Crate app.
Yep.
This software will still be used for changing performance profiles, showing overlays, and so on. And while Microsoft imagines that you'll spend most of your time in the new handheld optimized mode, you can still access a full version of Windows 11, which spools up services like the desktop window manager that don't start in the default gaming mode. Afterwards, you can
So with the Microsoft, I wanted to speak on the Copilot thing real quick. I did a video on that. I'll probably link it here somewhere. Basically, I don't know if you have PlayStation 5, then you know how they have the help menu, like when you're in the game and they show you little videos to help you get through the game. That's basically what this is, except it's AI. Like you ask the question like, okay, I'm stuck on here. What can I do? Like, what materials do I need to collect? What are the secrets on this level? So you can use it. I feel like it's just the evolution of like game guides. Like, back in the day we used to buy the strategy guides and stuff like that. That's just the evolution of that. So yeah, I don't see an issue with it. I think it's cool, actually. It's a cool feature.
Reboot to ensure you're getting full performance, or go straight back into the gaming UI if you're expecting to dip back and forth a few times. So how does the Xbox Ally actually play? Based on our hands-on time at Gamescom, both machines feel capable. They sport the same bright and responsive LCD display as the original Ally, but with improved ergonomics that are more in line with the Steam Deck than the Switch 2. The new user experience felt a little buggy, requiring a reboot on our first tester unit, but the improved launcher, touch gestures, and fast game switching felt good and saved time. With their Windows performance optimizations plus extra power under the hood on Xbox Ally X, these could be some of the most capable gaming handhelds on the market, but we'll have to wait for final hardware and software before rendering a verdict. Microsoft has confirmed that the full-fat Xbox Ally X will cost $999, while the lower-end Xbox Ally will retail for $599. In the UK, we're looking at $799 for the Xbox Ally X, or $499 for the Xbox Ally. The EU reference prices are similar, at €899 and €599 respectively. That's cheaper than other Z2 Extreme powered handhelds like
Hold on, they had a green one?
That's cheaper.
Oh, that's probably that AOK shit, that AO or whatever.
Cheaper than other Z2 Extreme powered handhelds like the MSI.
No, wait, that was a green ROG.
That's cheaper.
I've never seen that. That was a green. I've never seen the green one.
Than other Z2 Extreme powered handhelds like the MSI Claw A8 at 850 pounds, or about $1,160.
Oh, that's the MSI Claw. My fault.
$1,350.
Yeah, that's
but
OD.
Still painful compared to say $650 for the most expensive Steam Deck. As gaming gets even more expensive across the board, this handheld Xbox is a pricey privilege.
Non-OLED.
For its part, Microsoft is doubtlessly incentivized to keep prices as low as possible in order to reap Game Pass subscriptions and game sales from a wider install base. But Asus is also looking to justify its long investment in PC handhelds and create meaningful separation from its existing ROG Ally models. Ultimately, the value question comes down to the quality of the software and the strength of the silicon, both of which are still unknown quantities. It feels like the Xbox Ally handhelds were originally pitched as offering both unique hardware and software, but consumers will be able to pick up other Z2 Extreme handhelds from MSI and Lenovo around the same time, though the Xbox-style controls remain unique. The unique software promise is time-limited too, as Microsoft has said that its handheld optimizations will arrive on other PC handhelds, and the revised launcher is already available on existing devices. Regardless, the Xbox Ally and Ally X could be the best value PC gaming handhelds at their respective price points, and it'll be fascinating to see whether Microsoft console expertise pushes them to the top of what is an increasingly competitive field. Stay tuned to IGN for more handheld news and reviews, including for the Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X.
So basically, they kind of undercut other devices in the market with that $1,000 price tag for the main one, because honestly, people are going to be looking to buy this one. There's not going to be many people buying this one, and let me show you why. So I found this comparison site, comparisontable.es. So you can sit there and bring up all of the devices, right? You can bring up all these devices. Let me zoom in so y'all can see it a little better. You can bring up all of these devices, and I funneled it by Valve and Asus, so you can get all of the devices. So this is the original Steam Deck, which is coming in at $349. Came out in 2022. It's running on Steam OS, and it's comparable to the ROG Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally, not the Ally X. As far as the screen size, the screen type, brightness. Obviously the chip is a little bit more updated, even though it's still running on RDNA 2. Like the Z2 streaming chip is still on the same. No, the GPU is still on the same architecture, but the CPU is obviously leagues ahead. Like the clock speed is a little bit faster. But something I saw that was interesting is that if you have the Asus ROG Ally Z with the Z1 chip, the Z1 Extreme, is low key more powerful than the white one, the Ally, the regular Ally. Because if you look at the chip, you look at the clock speed on the CPU, a whole gigahertz faster, 1.1 gigahertz faster, 2 more cores. You get updated architecture on the GPU, faster speeds. You get half the cores though. Wait, no, you get 12 cores. I'm bugging. I'm looking at the wrong one. But even with the Z1 Extreme, you get way faster clock speeds on the GPU. You get 4 more cores. You get updated architecture on the GPU, and it's faster, and you get 4 more cores, same memory, same RAM speed, same memory, same storage device. So really, if you were aiming to get the Xbox Ally, unless you want to get it for aesthetics, honestly, you better off just saving the $100 and getting saving the what is that, $50 to get the Z1 Extreme, unless you want to just go for aesthetics, and because the controller is a little bit more ergonomic. That's a fact. That's a fact. But as you can see, it has the same screen. It has the same screen, same refresh rate, same brightness. Literally probably the same screen from the same manufacturer. And then the chip is actually a bit slower, even though it's newer. It's a bit slower than the Z1 Extreme chip. And the graphics card is a little bit more updated, and it's a little stronger. So, I mean, I would say before you decide if you want to make a purchase, if you have one of these already, if you have a Steam Deck, or if you have one of these already, just go on this website. I suggest you go on this website and really make the comparison, so you're not like wasting your money, because these things, it's times is hard, and we don't want to waste our money. So me personally, I'm going to sit back on this one, and I'm going to just enjoy my ROG Ally Z1 Extreme and my regular Steam Deck. I'm just going to enjoy these two. I haven't had any problems with them so far. And honestly, I'm building a PC already. Like, if you've seen me posting, if you've seen the videos, you see my PC parts in the back. I just ordered the case. The case gets here Wednesday. I got a few more parts left to buy. So it's just like, if you're going to start spending, if you're going to go past that $700 limit to like $800, $900, $1,000, $1,300 for some of these handheld devices, you might as well build the whole PC. You could get a very small form factor PC. My PC case is probably going to be this big. You could just sit that, it's like a little lunchbox. And it's a fully capable computer. Unless you really want to be outside with it and take it with you on the road and shit like that, then I understand. So I feel like the handheld PC market is more for like enthusiasts, like the enthusiast type. Because again, people that play Xbox, they probably just gonna buy. The people that play video games probably just gonna get an Xbox or a PlayStation or a Switch. This is an enthusiast market. I know some people are gonna buy it regardless. I have a few handhelds. As you can see, I got two of the most important ones. But I don't know. For me, the value proposition just is not really there. I know that the Xbox Ally X outperforms the Z1 Extreme, but like if you look at it, it's not by much. It's really not by much. It just has what? Actually, whoa, look at this. The CPU is actually faster by 0.1 gigahertz. And then the GPU is, but the GPU on the ROG Ally X is faster, and the RAM speed is faster, and you get more storage. But it's like you're paying that premium. You're paying that $1,000 premium. At that point, somebody like me, in my mind, I'd rather just build a PC for that $1,000 and get more like bang for my buck. But I don't know. That's just me. I'm just here to give y'all suggestions.